All right. What's up, TV Talk fans? We're live here on the Josh Macuga Show channel. We have an amazing episode set up for you guys today. You know what? I think in the time of pandemic, it's important to get your friends together. And, we're a little bit late, but it wouldn't be a TV Talk if Sinead wasn't late. But I'll tell you who is on time. One of my favorite human beings on this planet. And soon we're going to have a second Mrs. Griffin to apologize to. That's right. It's David Griffin.
I'm glad to be back. Feels like old times. A little different.
What's up?
Feels like old times. Not much.
What's up, man? How are you, buddy?
Doing well, hanging in there. Just watching a lot of TV. I'm sure like everybody else is. Just binging away, running out of things to watch. Kind of looking at things like, maybe I should give this a try. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm just clicking through anything and everything on Amazon and Netflix and my television. Okay, she is a little late, but we're gonna do this intro like it's supposed to be done. But let's bring in the one, the only, the Shenasty one, Sinead DeFree.
Yay, Sinead.
Yes.
Hey guys.
Hair looks very TV ready. Very
Just laying
TV ready.
casually on the bed, just chilling on the bed.
This is my bed.
I see. Are you wearing shout?
How cute, right?
So adorable. Did you
It's
just
a
have
comment about
text?
you guys. It says, hey, I miss you.
Oh, that's amazing. How do you have that on there?
Is that wallpaper?
It's wall decals.
Whoa, I dig that. I'm a
You
fan.
discover a lot of things you didn't realize you needed for your walls when you're in quarantine.
Don't tell Amanda that. She just keeps buying pillows and wall stuff and whatever.
Dude, I have so many pots, and Nils is like, where are you going to get plants from? Because I just have like maybe like 100, and I've been painting them. So I just have empty pots all over the house.
Sounds about right.
So
I like it.
How does this work? Are we live? Like people are watching us right now?
Yeah, we're live right now. Here, I'll bring it. Here's Leo's psyched. We're back. Yeah, we're psyched.
Damn, I didn't know anything. I'm just like chilling here, not even realizing there's an audience.
Justin is a square. I miss this group so much. TV Talk crew. I miss that magic trio in my life. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, Shenasty. I'm gonna take David off, and I'm gonna take myself off, and I'm gonna give you the chance to do the classic Shenasty intro if you remember it. Just don't use Collider.
Okay. Wait, what did I say? I don't remember it.
All right. Well, you're just gonna wing it. I'm gonna take us off.
Okay.
So it's all you. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
Right here, right now. First up, we have the one all time, Mr. Josh Macuga.
Oh, thank you so much, Sinead. It is so great to be here. As you can tell, I'm sweating as per usual. I always sweated on the desk of the TV Talk, and even in my home, I'm currently sweating. I just did a workout, and the shower didn't take, but I'm psyched to talk some TV and just hang out with some of my best friends in the world.
Yay! And of course, we have Mr. David Griffin. You can find him frequenting local English pubs and watching all things English television online, and then telling us all about it.
That was a great intro, Sinead. That was excellent.
Very well done. Very well done. Okay, so I mean, I figured let's get down to it. Sinead, how are you? I haven't talked to you in forever. I feel like you have a child. You're probably the one that's the most stressed out of all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all right. I'm not gonna lie, it's been extremely difficult.
Okay.
But it's kind of funny because a lot of people say that's funny. This is more iconic.
It's actually more iconic than a Destiny's Child reunion.
A lot of people say they've been trying to find things to do, and it's like for us, it's very much the opposite. Like we have a lot to do all the time, but it's just our schedules are so messed up right now. We have like very backwards, and I've been filming from home for Clever, so it's weird because like a lot of the shoots that we do are overnight, so I will like be filming at 2 a.m. because you got to wait till Harrison falls asleep, and he goes to bed at like midnight now because he decided that quarantine was the best time to just like go absolutely effing crazy.
Just ruin your life. Yes.
Yeah, it's actually insane. Like there's sometimes I look at him and I'm just like, you are Satan's child.
Amanda keeps going, this is the perfect time to get pregnant. I'm like, babe, it's not the perfect time to get
Yeah,
pregnant.
you'd be like, what's it they calling like these babies Generation C or something like that? Gen C.
Yeah. The
Quarantinis.
which is actually really sad. But they do say, like, I think it was after China started lifting some of their restrictions, they saw a huge spike in divorce rates. Did you see that? Because like people are forced to spend so much time together that like if any time to realize maybe this isn't gonna work out, it was the last like couple months. But I was like, that's so sad. But I guess like in a way, you find out like if you can handle living with somebody like that for the rest of your life. But yeah, I was like depressed a little bit listening to that.
It was, I mean, I will say this, Amanda and I mean, we get along great all the time. It's fine. But I think like when you're stuck in an apartment all the time, I mean, like, listen, I'm a homebody. I enjoy being at home, doing my thing.
Right.
But I also really like to go out and like do stuff. And the fact that you have to go out with a mask and like never look at anybody, it's very uncomfortable to go anywhere. But we're hanging in there. I mean, TV is our saving grace. Really and truly, TV is the saving grace of all this. David Griffin, how are you? Since the last time we all hung out, David Griffin has met a girl, dated a girl, and proposed to a girl.
And proposed to her, which is like wild. D. Griff, honestly, like it's so awesome because remember like on TV Talk where we're always like trying to set him up like behind the scenes before the show. We're always like, oh, all right, we're gonna find David Griffin a girl. But she seems so wonderful, and you guys make such a great like normal in the best way. Like it's so refreshing because kind of how like Josh and Amanda are, like you just seem like you've known her forever and you guys are so normal and like it's I don't know, it's like beautiful. I love it so much.
That means a lot. Thank you. I wish Michelle could hear that, but I'll let her know. It's been crazy. I mean, I was supposed to get married on November 7th this year. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm really hopeful that it's going to happen. Supposed to have our honeymoon, all this kind of stuff. But of course, with everything that's going on, we're going to spend a lot of time together. So that's always good. And it hasn't stressed our relationship at all, which is a good thing. It's like this is an awful thing that we're all going through. We're all in this together. But, you do get to like just do some things that you would normally do, like get to have lunch every day and have dinner every day. I'm not going to the office and LA traffic for 3 hours. So, it's there's some upsides to it. You have to kind of take the bad with the good. So, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's going pretty well.
Justin in the square, the smile on my face right now just shows how much I miss the interaction between the TV Talk crew. I mean, I honestly miss doing the show with you guys. I haven't been this excited to do like a reunion show ever in my life. This is awesome. And I will say I invited Emma Fife to come on, but she's doing a live stream right now. I was going to try and like bring her in for an Emmamation, but if we happen to do this again somewhere down the line, if we're still in quarantine, or maybe we actually do this in person one day, we'll definitely get Emma. But this is our OG crew right here. These were the first two people. When I was asked to do TV Talk, I was pitched Sinead and I was pitched David Griffin. And I said, I don't know about Sinead, but let's bring in David Griffin for sure. And then I got Sinead. No, you guys were always my number
Sinead's face.
David, this is just for you now. All right.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
But I really, and there was, I've been lucky enough since, I don't know, for the last 6 to 7 years to do shows with a lot of like different groups of people. But I can honestly say that like doing this show once a week with you guys was some of the most fun I've ever had in my entire career doing anything. So thank you guys for being the people that you are, really and truly.
Yeah. It was like a highlight for me too, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it was like family over there, really felt like a big family, and we come in once a week and do the show, and it was always like the highlight of my week doing the show. So I definitely miss it.
Yeah.
Plus, you guys introduced me to True Detective, which I think I will be indebted to you forever for.
Yes. See, at least if that's the one lasting impression I leave on Sinead, that and when I blacked out at that Comic-Con party and asked Allie and AJ who she was.
Okay, maybe that's a highlight for me, actually.
I was like, how do I know you? And Sinead's like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, oh, yeah.
Okay, Josh. Do you remember that? That was so much fun, Josh. Remember we just like snuck into every single party that night?
Yep, every single one.
Next level. Yeah. Every party, we're like, let's just go to this one. Let's go to this one.
Yeah. And then after that, Macuga and I went out even later, and we hung out even more. And I got to see Macuga in rare form. It was very fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
Those Comic-Con extended blackouts that are like 6 hours long. I mean, hey, RIP, we're not going to go to Comic-Con this year, which I think may have been canceled a little early. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to say it, but let's just be honest. We all got a con flu at some point in our career. So to add coronavirus on top of that, probably the smart idea was to cancel Comic-Con.
Right.
I think so. Yeah, this will be my first time in 9 years not going to Comic-Con, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Plus, your Comic-Con experiences, David, have changed like drastically over the past couple years.
Yeah, it's like
a real like adult at Comic-Con, like working your ass off 24/7. Like unlike what we used to do was just like interviews and then just like F around for like 7 hours at night. Like I remember, was it maybe last year, or the year before? Maybe it was like your first Comic-Con with IGN, where I was like, damn, he's like working real hard over there.
Yeah. I got a whole schedule, and yeah.
I was texting him from the IGN party, like, David, where are you? He's like, I'm writing a review. Leave me alone. I'm like, oh, that's bullshit. I was like, all right, fine, man. Like, I felt real bad about it.
Funny.
Zach Jensen, thanks for the super chat. I never picked up the book, so I don't have to put it down, but I'll pick up the remote. Great to see the trio back together. Thank you, Zach. Speaking of books, I just picked up a book, actually. I'm reading a book called Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. That's how you say his name. I just started reading that recently, so, Book Talk is still alive and well. It's still, we're working on it. It's going to happen. Book Talk is going to happen. It's coming. Good. Sinead, are you reading anything good?
I read like the synopsis on like the TV shows. Like a little blurb, but I do hit more so I can read the full synopsis. But no, I was just saying this yesterday to my sister. I was saying Nils reads every day, like every single day. And remember, David, I always used to say you and Nils were like very similar in a lot of ways. One's English, one loves the English, and both like very like intellectual people. And he's
a big football fan too.
He's a huge football fan, and he loves to read so much. And I sometimes look at him reading and I'm like, oh, I miss the feeling of getting caught up in a book. And I don't know when the last time that was, but Nils told me my biggest problem is that I can't sit still for very long. I get so antsy, but I think I just have to find the right book, because I remember being a kid and like in high school and just like falling in love in like stories. And I remember I was like so in love with Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye. Like I was pretty sure we were destined to be together in life. He was just such an asshole. And I was like, this is who I want. And I remember being like the first time and the only time I think I've ever been in love with like a fictional book character. And I miss that. How weird. I missed
it. The last book I read that wasn't a sports biography about an athlete or like a coach, high school, easily. I haven't read a fiction book in God knows, I don't know how long. I swear to God. Yeah. All I read, if somebody's like, hey, you got to read this book about Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods or, whoever, that's the book I read. I haven't read a fiction book in a very long time. But Amanda and I play this game called Bananagrams, which you have to think about words. It's basically like a free form of Scrabble. So it's sort of like reading, I guess.
Yeah.
And I watch a couple of shows. I've been watching that show Bank Heist, and it's got subtitles. So that's reading. There you go. That's reading.
Watching Narcos, that's all reading for sure.
That is Narcos Mexico this season. So let's get into some TV shows. First, everybody's new favorite show, Eating History on the History Channel. It's hosted by Old Smokey and some really hideous dude from Pittsburgh. It's on Wednesdays.
This weird guy. Like I just like always when I'm watching it, I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, just like a giant jabroni on there, but he makes it work.
Thank you so much, Sinead. What is everybody's thoughts on Eating History? Please be brutal. Sinead, treat this like the Iron Fist review. Just really give it your all.
Well, that's so hard. I think like something shifts in you when you become a mom and you discover biases you didn't realize you had, and your heart just like latches on to people. So I don't think I could ever say a bad word about it at all. Like I don't think I could ever say a bad word, but I think it's extremely entertaining. Like so interesting. And even Nils and I talked about it too. And I was like explaining the concept to him, and I was just like, it's so different. And in a world where a lot of things get redone and redone and redone, I just thought, and I thought it was like, I think it's out of the box for the History Channel too, and in a great way, because it pulls in a different demo. So from like a business perspective of it, I think it's smart, but also from just like an entertainment factor, I think it's a really interesting concept, and I think it's a show that can like last because it's different all the time, you know?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I also think it really fits your personality, Josh, so well, because you're a great storyteller and you're very curious about learning about things and then telling the interesting things that you've learned to other people, whether it's your friends or millions around the world on history. I think it just fits your personality perfectly. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, of course he would do it. Like, this is perfect for him. It's great.
Thanks, buddy. I apprapprite that. Yeah. All right, that was enough self-promotion. Appreciate it. Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. on History. You guys are the best. All right. Is David and I the only one that watches Bosch on Amazon? Sinead, Bosch?
I think I watched. I might have done that 3-episode thing like back in the day because you guys used to talk so much about it. But I don't know. I don't think I've ever gotten into it. But I do believe I have seen at least 1 episode. But I think it was because you guys forced me.
you and Niels would actually really like it. It's an LA detective. David, take it from here.
This is what you said the last time. You were like, you'd really like it. It's an LA detective.
Is that the missus walking through?
Yeah, Michelle's walking through. She's in the kitchen. Michelle, you're in frame.
Hey, Michelle!
Hello.
How are you?
She asked how you are.
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. You can't hear us because you're on.
Yeah, sorry.
I love how we waved at her like.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, that's Sinead.
Hi,
Sinead. The best. All right, David, take it from here. Pitch Sinead, because Sinead, here's the best part. You just see landmarks of LA the entire show. Like, it's actually.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Well, Michelle, there's no water in there.
Oh,
it's empty. Sorry, she's trying to get some water out of the fountain. We ran out of water today. You know, it's a struggle out here. Sorry about that. We're talking about Bosch. We're talking about Bosch. Bosch. Sinead, if you like, I love Bosch because it's just a basic detective show, kind of like no frills, nothing like crazy going on. It's just a guy doing his job, and he's really good. And they go to places in LA that you'll recognize, whether he's criticizing his daughter for liking places like Shake Shack or looking for the best pancakes, you know, or talking about Pink's hot dogs. Like, it's so rich because it's from the Michael Connelly novels, who's an LA crime novelist. So it's just very LA enriched. And if you like LA history, it's a cool story. And the, you know, it's like like a villain of the season. There's always like a new villain, you know, and so it's easy to watch. You don't have to like know 7 arcs of the story to really get what's going on. So it's really good.
Yeah, Sinead, highly recommend.
Yeah, I will. I'll do it. Because the last time you tried to pitch me on it too, you were like, you'd love this because it's an LA cop thing. And like, I have like a weird obsession with like crime right now, you know? Like, I don't think it's weird, but I just like, if I'm not watching TV, then all I do all day, I'm not kidding, every day is listen to true crime podcasts. That's like, I just get sucked in every day. Every single thing I've listened to, and it's just insane. And today's Monday, so like there's like a new episode of The Vanished, and there's a new Crime Junkie, and I'm like super onto it. So I love crime right now. Even the movies I've been watching too. It's like I notice I've been gravitating a lot towards crime. So maybe then time.
You'll love Bosch then. You'll love Bosch because it's like the ultimate crime show. It's incredible. It's perfect, I think. But you know, I mean, listen, if I can get Amanda involved in a show that I actually like. That's like a win. Like 1 out of 10 shows that I loved is Amanda jump on board, and she jumped on board hard with Bosch.
All right.
Okay, so we just got. I mean, listen, we never got a chance to talk about Marvelous Mrs. Maisel as a group. Okay, and I know it came out in December, but we should talk about it because it's really. I honestly think that the 3 of us put that show on the map. You know. We all watched that pilot and we said, this is going to be one of the best shows ever made. And then it was.
Yeah. And we also remember we waited like a year and a half for it to come out or something insane like that. Wasn't it like a year and 2 months before it actually, it was something crazy. It was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. And I remember being so obsessed that I watched the pilot 3 times. And it was back in the day when nobody knew about it. And so they were like retweeting me and we were like DMing back and forth with that social account. And I just kept like singing their praises. But I'd like to believe we put it on the map too.
I agree. Helgen Werner says internet has been suffering from a lack of degriff. I agree.
Thank you. I'm still out there. It's just you got to kind of go into IGN and find me. You got to dig a little bit, but I'm in there. I'm sorry.
Listen, you're right here, right now. That's what matters most. I think that this season of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel was very, like, it was really well crafted, and it hurt me a lot more than I think a lot of the other seasons. Like the stuff with Lenny Bruce really hurt. How the season ended and how she was kind of played out. Was hurt, like, you know, how she was done wrong by Sterling K. Brown, who, by the way, was a great addition to the show this season. But I haven't watched a comedy like this where it gets better, like a lot better.
The writing is just so good. I think that's my favorite thing is the writing and how it's so stylized. It feels like a play. You know, there's a lot of long takes, a lot of things moving in the background, and the way it's choreographed. It's like she can do so. Like I'm blanking on the seasons. This is probably the season before the last one. All right, this is probably thinking season 2. I don't know if you remember that shot when they go away for the summer and they go up to that camp in upstate New York, and then there's that whole scene where they go into the house, and it's like the house is, you know, it's a long shot, and like there's all this like moving in and out of the rooms and going up and down the stairs. It's just amazing. It's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, awesome. This team like should never ever break up. Like they should continue long after Maisel because it's such a simple, easy flow for them. Clearly they have it down and they totally understand their show. Like, and they have from the beginning, which is so rare to find, you know, like, oh, the first season kind of gets off to a slow start, which is, it's never been the case for Maisel. Like every single season somehow gets better. And the story is so strong. Like, that's why, David, you're right. The writing is incredible. Like to maintain that kind of momentum 3 seasons in. And also Zachary Levi's like return, his monologue in the, when they're in that cafe or restaurant or whatever, like
deli.
That scene. Oh my God. I watched it like 5 times because I love Zachary Levi. I know he can act, but that was like a different level. Like it was like a different type of Zachary Levi. And even though it was just like a scene, I was like, this is like Emmy award winning. Like when they list nominees out and they play the scenes, you know, like that is the scene that they would play because it was so, he's so good in this show. I'm so happy they brought him back.
Me too. Quick super chat from Drew Castillo. I remember when you guys suggested watching Orphan Black, and I finally got to watch it this month, and it's amazing. Agreed. Also, thoughts on The Last Dance. We'll get to The Last Dance a little bit later when we talk more about some of the sports docuseries that I've somehow dove into, and now Amanda follows every Formula One driver on Instagram. So
just a quick for the super chat, the shout out. I love Michael Mondo from Better Call Saul, who plays Nacho on Better Call Saul, and he was in Orphan Black as well. And he's fantastic. He's great.
Let's talk about Better Call Saul. That's next. Sinead, are you watching Better Call Saul?
No, and I have to listen to every single day about how they've cut off some of the episodes. I have a very angry boyfriend who's like, I just want to watch Better Call Saul, but they keep only putting the last couple because he didn't start from the beginning of this season and now he cannot find it. But he's obsessed. Like he is obsessed. I've never gotten into Better Call Saul.
Well, I personally think, and I've been saying this kind of to everybody I know that doesn't watch Better Call Saul, had they said from the beginning, which they didn't, this is a Breaking Bad prequel, had they said that, and not a spinoff, had they said this is a Breaking Bad prequel, everybody would be watching the show.
Absolutely. That's the only reason I watched some of the first season was because somebody was like, you know, it's a Breaking Bad prequel. And I was like, it is? Yeah. And then immediately you're like, you want to watch it, you know? I don't know why they didn't do that. Weird choice. But what I saw, I liked. It's just like, there's just so many shows right now, you know? Now I got to watch Watch too, you know? It's just like.
A lot of crime. Dave, you're all caught up on Better Call?
Yeah, I won't say anything. I'm reviewing the finale tonight. So yeah, I'm all caught up. But I love that.
Are you jealous, Josh?
What's that?
Are you jealous?
Yes, of course I am. You kidding?
But I love the fact that, like, even though you know what happens to Mike, you know what happens to Gus. We don't know exactly what happens to Saul, but we know kind of where he is right now in his story. You still care about the characters, and there's still tension. Like, I'm still worried about Mike and Gus, even though I know what their fates are from Breaking Bad. But it's great. Like, they really, and all the new characters. Like I said, I love Nacho, the new guy from this season. So I have to look over here to get his name, Lalo. The actor's name's Tony Dalton. He's fantastic. What a great villain.
He is maybe like the scariest villain we've seen. And I'm talking all of the villains in the history of the Breaking Bad universe. He's the scariest one to me. He is like so nice. Sinead, imagine you like meet this guy at a bar and he's like a real sweetheart of a dude. And you're like, oh my God, this guy, I want to bring him home to my mom and dad. He's so charismatic. And he's an absolute sociopath at the flip side. Like he's so charming and nice. And then you're scared to fucking death of him. You're scared to death. It's
like that one show on, like, I think it's like ID or something. It's like, I don't know who I married or something.
Yes. Yes.
They're like wonderful for like years and then they just flip. Yeah, man, you guys are really doing a great job selling these shows on me right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm intrigued.
Real quick, and I know I'm still one of the few people that watches this. Xavier Gomez said, glad The Walking Dead is good again, but sucks there's not an end in sight. It deserves an ending. I totally forgot that when I watched it. It's all good. When I watched it a couple weeks ago, that was the season finale. It just like ended. And this week I was like, wait, where's my break? Oh, that's right. Walking Dead did have a finale. It just like continues. There's no like, it just like, and then. I'm still watching it, guys. I'm still watching it. And I've been saying this since day one of TV Talk. I don't know why, but I need to keep watching.
You even got me watching again for a minute, remember? Was it season 6 and then like the Negan stuff? When did that start? Season 6?
Negan, yeah, that was like season 6.
That's when I went away. When Negan came on, I was like, all right.
So, like, that's when I jumped back. That's enough. Was when Negan came on. I was like, the season finale, I think, of season 6 was the Negan stuff maybe, and then season 7 started. See, that I even remember because that's when I was like, all right, Josh, I'll watch it. Because I think you told me just watch the finale because like everyone's been talking about it. Like there's this new character coming on. And I watched it, and lo and behold, I started season 7 again. Yeah. And I think the last I watched of it, I was like, this is getting to a point now where I'm okay dipping out. Like I wasn't angry. I didn't leave it like being like, this sucks. So I'm glad I gave it another chance. Like the 7th chance, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did because every time before that I dipped out. The first one was the hardest because I watched it religiously for multiple seasons. And then I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I'm glad to give it one last shot because I left happy. And I actually think they did a good job with kind of continuing after
I think the last 2 seasons have been absolutely fantastic. It's literally like it's a roller coaster. It was good, terrible, good, terrible. Now it's back on the upslope. So I'm waiting for like some kind of weird things. Like next season's gonna have werewolves or something. I have two very funny back-to-back super chats. This one, I know it's an old show, but do you like Entourage? It's my favorite show. Sure, Entourage is fine. Vince is gonna do the movie. He's not gonna do the movie.
Yeah, I watched the entire all of Entourage in maybe like 4 days. I was exhausted, but it was my first ever junket, and I was going to be interviewing them for the Entourage movie, and it was back in the day where, I was like, I have to watch everything, not like now where I can like see like what's important, but I was such a noob to everything. So I watched the entire like 7 or 8 seasons in a few days, was exhausted, but I actually really liked it too. And I don't understand why people hate on it so much because I really enjoy it.
The first 2 seasons I thought were the strongest. Once they got past Aquaman and James Cameron, I was kind of like, it just get really, really repetitive.
Yeah.
But hey, I watched all the episodes. I watched the movie when it came out. I went to the theater to see it. So I mean, I was in it. They had me hooked, even though I think the first 2 seasons are the best.
I think I liked it better before I moved to Los Angeles. And then I got here and I was like, I met a bunch of those dudes, like those type of dudes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then at a club or something. And there was an Entourage spinoff of Human Beings that really polluted the Los Angeles landscape. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we kind of had to live through that. Now, this is not a super chat, but I think this is the funniest thing we've been told so far. No Mr. Robot spoilers, please. I got you, dude. No problem.
I am behind on that. I'm sorry. I'm behind on that.
I'm never going to watch an episode of that show ever again.
I heard
got-
it got better. I don't know. After season 1, I don't know.
This
Couldn't
is
keep up.
David being so nice. I heard it got David. Don't you dare, David. Don't you dare.
Somebody said Cobra Kai review. I do love Cobra Kai. That's a good show.
When did we have a new season?
It was renewed.
We only had 2, right?
I haven't heard anything about it recently.
It was renewed for season 3, but it's not out yet.
I mean, I've loved Cobra Kai all the seasons. It's been great. All right. We've gotten some requests to talk about Westworld. That's not going to happen on this show. I'm sorry.
I watched it last night.
Is it good?
I didn't hate it.
I think Westworld's a lot better. I didn't like season 2. And I know Josh isn't a fan of robots, but
Yeah.
I think this season is a lot better. You have Aaron Paul up in here.
I watched the first episode last night. I liked it. I'm sorry, Josh. I knew. I was like, I won't bring it up unless somebody else brings it up. But Aaron Paul's like, first of all, he is a zaddy. All right. Second of all, he's incredible. He's just such a great actor. And I don't know, I was really intrigued. I kind of like the things I didn't like about the first season. I didn't even feel at all for even just the first episode. There's a lot of things that like bugged me about the first season and the way it ended. Or the last season, the way it ended. So
Yes, Sally. I hated the first season of
well,
Westworld.
so that I told myself I was never going to go back either because I started loving it and it just went off the walls. And then there was that whole episode with the samurais where none of it was needed. And I was like, why did we do this? And then, and like way to like waste samurais. Like you got an opportunity to use samurais. That's dope. And you wasted it. And I remember being so angry and like, I decided to watch the first episode last night with Nils and I didn't think it was even close to being bad. I thought it was pretty enjoyable.
I will say Aaron Paul was great in that Breaking Bad movie, but I'm not gonna jump on board with robots. Okay.
You want to support Aaron Paul? You want to support my babe, Aaron Paul?
He's hot. He's a hot dude. He's a real hot dude. Ferris Mutana said, Westworld is a mind trip. I'm always confused. Again, a terrible selling point for me. I don't want to be confused by TV. I want to go in there. I want to watch it. And I don't want to wonder who's a robot and who's not, David.
Remember Legion? We somehow survived by like the tiny little hairs on my head to get through Legion, all right? Because that show was confusing. Westworld's not as confusing as that. So if you can Legion, you can get through Westworld.
Ugh. Legion.
Still mad about that
show.
Yeah, Legion, yeah.
I'm real pissed about it.
Well,
David, the meanest thing David will ever say is this.
Well, my whole like radar on good, well, not again, this is just my opinion, of course, on good or bad shows for me, that what I like to watch is if I think about it down the road, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind going back and checking that out again. Like there's shows that I'll still rewatch or at least watch a couple episodes of. Like I'll go back and watch an episode of Breaking Bad. I'll watch a couple episodes of The Sopranos, The Wire, Battlestar Galactica. But if a show I just like, oh yeah, I watched that like 2 years ago, I don't even think about it anymore. I'm like, probably wasn't that great.
Yeah, I think you're very right. All right, we have like 1 billion shows on here.
Yeah,
we should probably get through. And we're getting some super chats in here. John Mariano said, I've gone down a Scrubs rabbit hole and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, 2 amazing shows with my kids. They are addicted. Also, have you guys seen Eating History? Love you all. TV Talk for Life. Thanks, John. Very kind. Hey guys, have you checked out Almost Paradise on WGN America? It stars Christian Kane from The Librarians, Leverage, Alex Walker, a former USDA agent who was forced to retire. This is 1 of 3. 2 of 3. Hold on. Jesus. All right. Hold on. He now lives in the Philippines managing a small gift shop and a resort, but the island's luxury resort has attracted rich, powerful, and sometimes criminal elite from around the world. He's pulled back into the world of dangerous people and deadly situations, either through his friends in the local police or running into people from his old life. And the problem is, he likes it.
Ooh, that's a good synopsis.
I know. It's a great synopsis. Thank you, Joe Adonis Tech. I've never even heard of the show, but I will definitely check it out.
Recently, I do feel like, I don't know, I heard about it recently, but I love like anything about like the drug trade and like the DEA. Like I love stuff like that.
Oh, Narcos Mexico season. Narcos might be the most underrated show in streaming, at least, because nobody ever talks about it. They watched the first season and they gave up on it. Narcos Mexico might be better than the first two Narcoses.
Yeah, I think Mexico is better than original Narcos. There's a lot that I do like about original Narcos, but also, just so you know, I have not finished season 2, so you can't spoil it.
Okay, I won't. Solid point. That dude paid $30 to explain the show. You'll have to watch it now.
Honestly, you are right.
Very good. All right, we've got a lot of people that keep asking us to talk about Tiger King, so we should just talk about that now.
Yeah. I'll start. I listened to the podcast a few months ago. Like I said, I'm into true crime. So I listened to the podcast, and the podcast really kind of took a different take on it. So I'm glad I listened to the podcast and then watched Tiger King. If you guys are super intrigued by that show, I would highly suggest listening to the podcast because it really paints. It starts off not with Joe Exotic, but it starts off with Carol Baskin. That's how the show starts. So it's a different, just a different perspective, I think. And it also sets you up to kind of think about things differently, but it still hits all the points. So a lot of it's going to be redundant, but I do think, Tiger King was a documentary that hit a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. I like almost hate everybody in that show, all the front runners, I guess. And I love all of the supporting people like so much. But I think that it's such an interesting story. I'm glad it got told. And I think just the amount of work that went into making that documentary and all the other people like trying to make that show and like the main producer guy, the one who like smokes a pack of cigarettes a day, like that guy. And I also,
welcome to Tiger King. I shot all the footage.
Yeah. And like my heart broke for him. Like there's just so much that went into this guy's story, and the fact that they ended up making a documentary and like everything happened the way it should. And they happened to strike gold because of the conviction and stuff like that. And I will also say, there's just so much to like divulge about that show. I think my biggest takeaway is it's another great reminder. There's absolutely no reason why there should be more tigers as pets in the United States as ones in the wild in the rest of the world. Like, makes zero sense to me. And it's something that will upset me forever because I don't get it. Like, I honestly don't get it. Like, what is the obsession with having tigers as pets? Like, no matter how much you love animals, like, what are you doing?
Also, Amanda and I have been trying to get a dog for like a year. Tigers are like $3,000 to $4,000 less than most dogs.
Yeah, it's
like
horrible.
we want to rescue a dog, but it's really hard to rescue a dog that you want in Los Angeles. Like, we filled out paperwork at 4 or 5 shelters. We haven't been approved by some of these things. We want like a certain dogs. We've gone to certain rescue shelters. You can't do it. A tiger's like $2,000. A French bulldog's like $6,000. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's just like one of those things, and that just shows you that there's too many tigers. Like they have too many, and it's wrong. It's terrifying.
Nobody should own one. Nobody should own a tiger. Nobody should own them.
No,
David?
That's like my biggest takeaway, I think, from the whole show. Is like, wow, a lot of you guys suck. You're pretty much all criminals, except for like the people who are keeping that zoo running. God bless them, and like honestly, and also don't own tigers. That's really it.
Real quick, Jonathan Peck says the only confusing part of Westworld season 3 is Marshawn Lynch appearance in the show. Is he actually in the show?
About it. Yeah, that's not a big role, and he has a great shirt on. I love his shirt. Awesome.
Marshawn Lynch is in it. And Nils, every single time, Nils is like a diehard Seahawks fan. Every single time he was like in a trailer, we heard his voice, and then he saw him on the show. Every single time, be like, woo! Every time, woo! I'm like, all right, you're obsessed. Woo!
It's like when I see somebody from Pittsburgh and something. All right, real quick, David, I want your thoughts on Tiger King, but real quick, William Hogg, 0521. I have nothing to really add. I'm so happy to see all you together again. Have to drop by for another meeting. I will surely watch in full later. We are at Penn State. Thanks, dude. He's an awesome guy. It was an awesome super chat. So thank you. So David, okay, because like my family went nuts for Tiger King. My brother went nuts for it. I was floored that this actually existed. But then my brother reminded me that we got high and took my niece to a zoo in Arkansas that was very similar to Joe Exotic's, which is probably irresponsible. I probably shouldn't say that online. Like anyway, we went to the zoo. We ate an edible. My little niece was like 3. She thought it was the coolest thing in the world. My brother and I were freaked out that somebody in Arkansas just had a farm and owned tigers.
Well, I mean, when I saw the show, I mean, it was great. My family loved it. Like, I watched it with Michelle. It was a lot of fun. I'm getting a little bit tired of talking about it. I think just because the industry that we're in, like, it's still hot, so everybody's still talking about it. I'm just ready for something new to talk about. But when I was in Vegas, back when I was 18, I saw one of the last years. Is it Siegfried and Roy? Am I getting that right? The two guys from the Lion Tamers. And we got to watch that show. We were down in the pit, and it was incredible. I'm like, wow. And they like show clips of them living with the tigers, riding the tigers like you would a horse or something. Like, it's crazy stuff. But it's really cool until the guy gets mauled. You know, and then obviously in the documentary, you see some accidents happen that are really horrible. So it's a crazy life. But then, like, you do have to kind of take a step back and be like, even though those people are crazy, it seems like they are people with like their own stories. As you learn more and more about these people, you're kind of like sort of identifying with them more. You're like, oh man, like, yeah, it's a crazy how this blew up. I think it's a lot of it has to do with we're all home right now, so everybody was watching it. But it also, I know I'm going off topic here, but have you guys heard of Quibi? I got to talk about Quibi again because I didn't review it.
Well, real quick, David, somebody said, Griff, thoughts on that period show from the Downton Abbey creators?
That's on the list. That's called Belgravia. It's really good. If you like Downton Abbey, watch it. It's on Epix. Like, I don't want to pay for Epix. There's a free trial of it right now. You should go check it out. Anyway, Quibi is a whole mobile thing that you watch on your phone. It has Liam Hemsworth, Christoph Waltz, all these big actors in it. Yeah. And it seems I'm bringing this back to Tiger King. It seems counterintuitive because this was meant for people standing in coffee shops on a lunch break, waiting in line for something and watching a show on their phone. Right. But now that we're home for all these hours, people have tons of time right now to watch a lot of shows. Yeah. So this whole Quibi thing for this whole mobile only service, it just seemed kind of weird they did this. And I don't know how it's going to play out, but they are changing it to make it go on your TV screen. Like in a couple months, it's going to happen.
Of course they are. Amanda started watching this show on Quibi with Will Forte and Elizabeth Olsen from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's called Flippers, I believe, or Flippers or something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're all 10-minute episodes. They're meant to be watched on your phone. Obviously, Quibi stands for quick bites, right? So, but I never thought this would work when it was first pitched to me, kind of a thing. But then I started watching this show and I was like, it's a good concept. Like, the idea of having these quick 10-minute things are great. But to just be able to watch it on your phone, if that's what it's set up for, and it's not, like we have the app now on the Roku and there's some cool shows and everything. Somebody just said in here, I don't know what Quibi is, but why does Sansa start crying in every ad? I think she's in a very like heady drama on Quibi. But also, too, is like I haven't gotten any shows from there that have been recommended to me that are like mind-boggling. Like, you got to see this show on Quibi.
And I shouldn't judge the Sophie Turner show because I haven't seen it, but I saw the trailer for it. And I'm like, wait a minute, you have a white woman, a black guy. There's a plane crash. They're on a mountain. I'm like, didn't Idris Elba and Kate Winslet just make this? Like, I know it's a different story, but I was like, wait, we've seen this before. Like, what's going on here? Why are they making this again? It's like a younger version of the Mountain Between Us or whatever that movie was called.
Oh, no, I'm totally with you, dude. It's like the name.
I feel like it was a good concept. I really do, because there are times where I wish some of my content was condensed a little bit, just in between like filming. And the idea of having a 7 to 10 minute like drama show that you can watch like every day or every week or however they're releasing it is the right move for some people. Like, I do think there's an audience for it. I do think people would like it, but I also it's unfortunate, like the circumstances right now, you just said it, Josh, we have the time to watch things. Yeah. So it's not like the need right now to like condense content, because I think that if life was normal right now and I was going to work, like David, my commute is sometimes up to 3 hours home from Culver City. And so I'm like, sometimes like I get home, I don't want to sit down and watch an hour-long show, but I still like miss, like there's a void sometimes for like shows, so I think it will work. I just think right now is not the time to decide if it's going to work,
No, I agree. It's a hard time to launch anything. I think the same thing would happen with my show, with Eating History, right? Is like the ratings have been steadily increasing, which is amazing. Thank you for everybody that's watching. But like, it's a weird time to release anything because we're in a pandemic. So on cable TV at 10 p.m. right now, my show is just competing with news broadcasts. And there's so many news broadcasts and everybody's watching the news because they want to know when can they leave their house.
Right. And there's a fear right now also, like people are scared. So you kind of like run away from things like that a little bit. Like the TV kind of freaks you out too, and like the internet kind of freaks you out too, because it can be a really scary, daunting place right now. So you're not like necessarily more adventurous. You're going to watch things that comfort you. So you're going to watch things that Is it weird for me to think like
when I'm watching something in like a short form content on my phone, it's usually just like a comedy YouTube video, and then I go to something else. So for me to watch like short form thing in a series form, like my brain almost doesn't equate it that well. Like I get the point of it, and
that's
I don't.
What Quibi kind of is. It's basically like YouTube.
Right.
Like YouTube, but high production value with Liam Hemsworth and Christoph Waltz in a show together. I mean, it's like YouTube. Yeah.
Right. Spencer Smothers says, "I've been enjoying the Liam Hemsworth show, Most Dangerous Game, but I'm from Detroit, so there's a bias."
Sure.
Okay, so it's
And Josh, they'd made that show before. Remember, there was another one with it Ice-T?
Yeah.
It was called, but it wasn't Most Dangerous Game. It was called something. And
it was like a movie, wasn't it?
Right, and it's about a guy being hunted by humans.
Yeah.
And there's also like a 1932 film. I think it's been around for a while. It's not a new concept. Yeah.
Chris Mason said, "Oh my God, I feel like I just died and went to heaven. Look at these three beautiful people." You're right. You're right, Chris. When you're right, you're right.
I appreciate it.
Oh, Alex M nailed it. Surviving the game. Surviving the game.
That's the IC. Right. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's rapid fire a few. I feel like Shinasti hasn't thrown. David, why don't you throw like 5 shows at us, and then Shinasti, you give us 5, and we'll rip it.
Okay, what haven't we talked about? So Belgravia is a show. Belgravia is a show from Julian Fellows. Watch that on Epix. Babylon Berlin, subtitles. But it's really good. Unless you're German, then you're German. No subtitles. Great show.
What is Babylon Berlin about?
It takes place in the late 1920s in Germany. So right when everything's starting to get a little crazy over there. It's like about a detective, and I haven't seen the new season yet, but the first 2 seasons are on Netflix and they're really good. Run on HBO. It's got Donald Gleason in there. Very suspenseful, kind of like what's going on here. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is one of the producers. Good show. Killing Eve. New season of Killing Eve. Great so far. And then I was going to have one more thing.
Shinasti, you would love Killing Eve.
Yeah, Killing Eve's great.
Yeah. We've also been saying that for a while too.
Yeah. And then, lastly, the new season of The Last Kingdom is coming out. If you like Vikings, The Last Kingdom is kind of like a sequel to Vikings. It's about like after Ragnar is gone and about what the UK, eventual, forming of England is going to look like. And it's really good. So I would recommend watching The Last Kingdom.
Okay.
Bless you.
Shinasti, give me some. What you got?
Okay. So I finished Devs. I was so angry. So I will say, like, I loved Devs, and then something flipped, and Devs went down the shitter real quick for me. And I thought it was so solid, and I had so much like hope and high expectations. It's so wonderfully shot, acting's great, but like the finale made me so mad that I just I haven't yet stopped to think about it because of how angry I've been. I don't know. What did you think? Did you finish? Did you watch it all?
No, I've never disliked a pilot more than the Devs pilot. Like I can't tell you how much I did. Like I would rather go back and watch the first season of Westworld again than sit through the Devs pilot. I could not.
I liked it. And Nils also had a couple issues. A lot of it's like the style of acting too is like really hard. I think it resonates with some people and definitely does not resonate with other people. I liked the middle, like the middle section. The beginning I also thought was a rough start, but the middle was great. And I was hooked there for a minute. Just the finale seriously let me down. So now I'm just kind of like bummed, like to watch a whole season and then end up that upset with the finale. I don't know. I'm curious to see what other people think, but I need to think about it some more. I watched what? Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I feel like Devs would be a Griffin show, but
yeah, absolutely.
Well, so at TCA's, which is the Television Critics Association, I interviewed Alex Garland and Nick Offerman for the show.
Dave's so fancy now. So fancy.
I feel bad because actually it was a great interview. Those are really great guys. And Garland, like you can, talk to him forever. But I only watched the first couple episodes and just kind of fell off. It just never resonated with me. It wasn't something that drew me in. But it looks really good. Like I like the way it's shot. It's just I didn't care about the story enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the story just gets flatter and flatter till the very end, where you're like, "Wow, none of this mattered." So
flatten the curve, Sinead. Flatten the curve.
Yes, exactly. Then I watched The Scheme, which is that NCAA documentary that I told you to watch on HBO.
Yes.
Did you end up watching it?
I'm through the first hour. We just started it last night, and I'm loving it. It's fantastic.
That guy is my hero. Like, I just want him. He should have his own show. He's so honest and real, and I love him. I watched The Outsider. Did you guys watch The Outsider?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, that was great. There were a couple times where I was like, ooh, I don't know. But I think it pulled through, and it ended up being a solid solid
Ben
show.
Mendelsohn is a stud. Ben Mendelsohn is just fantastic.
He's great.
Yeah.
And then I keep calling it Big Little Fires now. Little Fire. What is it called now? I can't even think
Little
of
fires everywhere.
Little
Big
It
Little
feels
Fires.
like Big Little Lies. It feels like Big Little Lies.
Yes.
It is. It's Big Little Lies in Ohio.
Yes. So like ever since you started calling it Big Little Fires, that's literally what I've been calling it. Which
Yeah,
is
that's what it's called. It's
Big
called
Little
Big
Fires.
Little Fires.
Big little fires everywhere. I want it to be better. I think I'm waiting for it to get better. I'm not caught up all the way. I think I'm maybe 4 episodes in. There's
It gets good towards the end. It's good.
Okay, because I feel like I'm on the edge of something, and I definitely have been waiting for things to kind of like hit the wall. I want shit to hit the wall a little bit.
Oh, they're hitting it.
Okay, because then I think I can get on board because like everything else is there right now. I'm not sure if I'm like totally hooked into the story. So I need something drastic to happen.
Okay, here's my thing with Big Little Fires, just real quick, is that I think it's great. It's obviously Big Little Lies again, right? But in spite of the fact that Kerry Washington cries in every scene, every single scene she cries. Come on, Sinead, don't. If you go back and watch it, she cries in every scene, okay? In spite of that, I'm still really enjoying the show. I really am.
She has what I call the Claire Danes.
Yeah, we should do like, who's a better crier, the Claire Danes or Kerry Washington?
Yeah, that's kind of, I kept thinking that. I was like, ooh, this is like the Claire Danes. When Claire Danes became the Claire Danes we know of because of Homeland, that's kind of what Kerry Washington is. But it's also a tough character. Like it's a tough written character. Like it's hard to do that and still be likable because she is supposed to be kind of like this overly emotional person. And she's supposed to be the worst. Like I want to root for her. But at this point, I'm like, you suck. Get out of here. You're annoying me, you know? But I think she does a good job of doing that because I don't think it's just Kerry Washington. I think it's the character, you know? Yeah.
Wait, quick. We got 3 quick super chats here real quick. Sorry. Can't believe you 3 are back and the fucking Peaky Blinders is the best. He's right. He's not wrong. Alex M. D. Griff, did you see Tales from the Loop? It's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's an Amazon Prime show. That's fine.
Thad Williams, the legend. Love you guys. Socially distant hugs to everyone. Love you, Thad. Thanks, buddy. And then, this is a big one. $30. Good to see everyone together from Jose Aloha. Stay safe. Do remember the NBC show Kingpin. It was a miniseries, pre-Narcos drama. Still rewatch the DVDs. What are some of your favorite TV miniseries? Kingpin. Which one was that?
Why does that sound so familiar?
Oh, right? You know, there's an old one I watched when I was a kid, really old one. It was about the Odyssey. It was Armand Asante was Odysseus, and Vanessa Williams was in it. It's old, but it was good. It was
like
NBC.
like the Iliad, the Odyssey?
Yeah,
like,
it was like that. Yeah. It had Armand Asante and Vanessa Williams. Real good. Good.
Okay.
It's old, though.
Oh, I just saw this. I totally forgot. I think I texted you, David. Federico Perez said, what about Poldark? Okay, Sinead, wait for it. What? I watched the first 3 episodes of Poldark. Okay?
Yeah.
It's terrible. Okay?
Why? People don't believe Macuga in this. I would back Macuga in anything, not in this.
I thought it was amazing. I was getting ready for you to be like, it's incredible.
It might be the worst show.
Really?
It's one of their highest rated shows over there. It's a great show.
David's getting mad. He just adjusted.
He's so pissed. Look at him. His eyes are on fire.
It's obviously doing something right, Josh. It's obviously doing something right because it's still crushing it, like in numbers and views.
I don't think it's aired yet, but Poldark is season 5. I think it's going to be the final season, so it's wrapping up. It's a good show. Yeah. Oh no, it's already. Oh no, it's coming on. I don't know. It's coming on its last season though. We get it delayed over here. It's delayed in the US. So
I had just finished Downton Abbey. Right, I was on this British kick, and it was like, if you like Downton Abbey, you should watch Poldark. So I'm like, you know what, babe, let's watch Poldark. 20 minutes in, Amanda's like, I'll never watch this show. She left. Right. So I'm like, you know what? Because I love D. Griff and I love him so much, I'm going to give it to Josh Macuga 3 episodes. I wouldn't even give Devs another 10 minutes, but I'm giving Poldark 3 episodes. Sinead, 3 hours I'm not getting back. Not getting them back.
Dang. That's sad. I'm sorry, David.
That's okay. Oh, another show. The Shy. It's a good show, too. The Shy.
The Shy's good.
Oh, yeah.
The Shy is good.
I've heard really great things about The Shy.
It's like The
As a
Wire
girl
in
from Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I didn't watch, speaking of Chicago, was this last season of Shameless. I have it on my DVR, and I feel like I'm off it. That's it. Am I the only one that would even watches that show still in this
I
group?
mean,
I don't
my
watch
mom and my mom is obsessed. I know that.
Okay.
Like obsessed.
Okay.
Chuck all the time. I auditioned for Shameless back in the day, like back. Like I think I
Yeah.
auditioned for the show when it first came on. I was like still living in Chicago.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We got about 5 minutes left. I don't want to keep you guys too long because I know David has a job and I don't. But way to rub it in, Dave. So I'm gonna rapid fire some TV show from all of our lists because I have this whole TV show here. I do have to yell this one stupid super chat out. What do you guys think? This is some stupid thing from SEN. What do you think about the German show Flausenhaus starring stupid? It's a fucking stupid SEN thing. Please don't bring it in this chat. Thank you. But you gave me $10, so I got to say something. That's my thoughts on it. It's something stupid from Christian
Oh, it's not a
show.
real show. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, it's not a real show. Okay. The English Game is this soccer show. It's by Julian Fellows.
I haven't seen it. I know I need to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
Pretty good. I think
I'm sure,
Niels would
yeah.
actually like it. Sinead.
Wait, is that what is that on?
It's on Netflix.
Wait, he's seen it. He said it's not new. When
It's
I
not?
asked, he said
Oh.
it's been. Is it a documentary, like a documentary style?
No. It's fiction. It's like about the creation of soccer in like 18th century England.
Oh, I was thinking of that other one, Sunderland to like.
Oh yeah. Sunderland Till I Die it's a docu-series about the Sunderland soccer team. It is very hard to watch. I get like so invested with this team, and it'd be like if I was watching. I mean, I don't know who Sunderland is, but it'd be like if I was watching the Steelers and they just kept losing, and I can't. You know what I mean?
I mean, Milton is great. I kind of want to watch it.
Yeah. Too Hot to Handle is absolute trash, but I think I may. It's a new Netflix show where a bunch of hot people that are from Tinder go on there and they have to not have sex. It's kind of weird.
I watched the first episode. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dave.
Dang, I haven't seen any of it. I'm impressed you guys watched the first episode.
Listen to Your Heart. This is on both Sinead and my list. Listen to This Heart. That's a high recommend.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yes. Think about it like this. You add music to The Bachelor. Okay, what if their songs suck? Do they lose? Like, I want to see where this goes, Sinead.
I know. I'm just like very curious as to like who greenlit this idea, but I'm glad somebody did.
I know, right? The Formula One show, 2 seasons, Formula One Drive to Survive, so highly recommend.
I've heard about this one before too, a lot.
David?
I've seen a couple episodes. It is good. I haven't finished it, but it is good. I like it.
I think I'm just dying so hard for live sports that I will watch anything. And since I have no idea what happens in Formula One racing, it's like I'm watching live sports.
Yeah.
All American, again, another sports show that Amanda and I started on CW. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even heard of it.
Tay Diggs plays a high school football coach in Beverly Hills and recruits what could be his son, but it's not his son. That's what you learn in the show, to come to Beverly Hills from Crenshaw to play football. CW drama.
Because Beverly Hills has the best football players in the country. That's where you get your top talent is Beverly Hills.
Totally. Here's the best part about the show is so it's like the cast is very diverse when it comes to black and white people. There's a lot of black people, there's a lot of white people in the show, but the one thing they don't have, and Beverly Hills has a ton of, is Persian people. There's no Persians in the entire Beverly Hills of this entire show. There's not one Persian kid playing football. There's no Ashley Movas anywhere. I'm telling you, there's no Persians in this entire show. Underrepresented. But I kind of highly recommend the show. It's pretty good. Yeah. Modern Family finale was pretty good. Did you guys watch the season of Curb?
Yes.
I did. Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever watched this show, which I don't know why anybody didn't tell me that I was missing out on like one of the greatest TV shows of all time. I'm disappointed in you guys. Yeah, it's so good. I was like upset with myself. I was like ashamed. I was like, I've done something bad here by not watching this show sooner because I didn't know how much I needed it in my life. It was
up your alley.
Yeah, it's just such a great release. It's such a great show. I don't know. I laughed so hard so many different times, and it's so intelligent and it's great.
I also watched Hunters on Amazon, the Al Pacino show. That was good. I like that.
Really? I've heard a lot of mixed things about that. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Did you not watch it, Dave?
No, I just keep hearing all these mixed reviews about it, so I can't say either way.
Real quick super chat from Jonathan Peck. Here's a show I've been watching, Hunters. Lego Masters. Can't watch it, but I know Ken's a big fan. Avenue 5, I haven't watched. That's on HBO.
Mhm.
And The Plot Against America on HBO has actually been really good. I actually really like it. It's a miniseries.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to David shows. He's already talked about Belgravia, Babylon, Berlin, Run, Killing Eve, Last Kingdom, HGTV all day, every day.
All day.
That's Amanda.
Those home shows.
I love
Watch
that. I love that
Watch
so much.
little Hidden Potential, little Windy City Rehab. Just watching HGTV.
Yep.
Yeah,
Totally. Do you watch Restored by the Fords?
I do. Yeah, they're in Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
that was my girlfriend in high school. She was my high school girlfriend.
Leanne
Leanne
Ford.
Ford.
Leanne Ford
Yeah.
was your girlfrund?
Yeah, we went to high school
Of
together.
course she was.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We fell in love on a German club trip to New York City.
Wow.
We only dated for like 8 days, but I call her my
Yeah,
girlfriend.
I remember those trips. I fell in love on those trips too.
Sinead knows. Sinead knows. And then and then David, what else we got? The Outsider we talked about. Outlander.
Outlander's great. It's a good show. Gotta watch it. Still going.
That's down there.
Still
How is
going.
Power on Stars? Power?
I like Power. So Power just wrapped up its series, but now they're gonna do like a bunch of spin-offs. I mean, they've all been delayed because of what's going on right now, but there's gonna be a bunch of spin-offs from Power. It's good.
Yeah, one of my best friends is that show.
And it's kind of like a soap opera. It's very melodramatic, gangster soap opera. It's good though. I like it.
Loose Nukes says, great to see the gang back together. Thanks, Loose Nukes. We love being back together. And then the Star Wars, the Clone Wars on Disney Plus. I feel like I'm paying too much for Disney Plus and I'm not watching anything on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the only new series, so something with new episodes coming out, unless you want to watch like, Fairy Tale Wedding, which is not worth paying, $5 a month for. But I dug
Mandalorian. Did you guys watch Mandalorian?
Yeah. I mean, Disney has a problem right now. They just don't have enough new content coming out. But I think a lot of families are keeping it because they can watch Frozen 2, on repeat, for the kids. Totally. So I think a lot of families are keeping it. Yeah.
What does Harrison like, Sinead?
He watches logos all day, every day.
What is that?
Like logos. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, he will type in 20th Century Fox logo compilation, and he will say it like that into the remote. 20th Century Fox logo compilation. And then he watches like 30 minutes of the 20th Century Fox logo and like effects.
Is your kid going to be like a graphics designer or something?
I don't know. He's obsessed with logos. He recreates the logos in the house using like things in the house, And I have this metal beer sign, which he's like, I'm pretending this says century. So he'll walk around every morning. He's like, where's my beer? Where's my beer? And Mills and I laugh so hard because we're just like, this kid is nuts. And that's awesome. Like, that's what he watches. He doesn't really it's really sad because I've tried to get him to watch a bunch of things. And if he's not watching logos, then he's watching like Baby Shark, which is Baby Shark should have died, and Harrison, I swear, is what's keeping it going. And we listen to it every single day in the house. Never ends here.
Baby Shark does get in my head sometimes from my niece and nephew. My brother has 4 kids now, 10, 7, 4, and 0. Yeah. And so
God bless them.
I know. And they're, the pandemic obviously is insane. Soulscar 1999 says Happy Valley UK police drama, 10 out of 10 on Netflix. Highly recommend Happy Valley. Loved that show.
So good.
Cool.
So good. It's Sinead, another like police drama situation that you freaking love. It's great.
All right.
It's like the UK version of Bosch.
It is UK Bosch. You're right. Very well said. Okay. We talked about Narcos, Listen to Your Heart. Shows I've been rewatching, shitty teen soaps like One Tree Hill. Thank you, Shanasti. I started from the beginning is Gilmore Girls. It's pretty good.
Dang, I've never liked Gilmore Girls. I'm like such a minority. I've never liked it.
It's pretty good. Ozark. I really enjoyed this season of Ozark. That's not on your list. I don't know where I just saw. Oh, I just saw it in the super chat. Listen, Ozark is the most anxiety-ridden show on the planet. It's hard to watch, but it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Agreed.
John Oliver. Yeah. John Oliver is the lifeline right now. He's like the common thread that should be bonding us all.
Yeah. It's like I really don't like try to watch too many like political shows because I just get annoyed because like I just feel like it comes all from different angles no matter what side you're on. Like I hate it sometimes. I'm just like, everybody stop fighting, please. But John Oliver is just so funny, dude.
He's
and like
so funny.
the episode we watched last night, when he talks about Wendy Williams, and I was like straight up dying, like rolling around laughing. So even if you are against John Oliver for whatever political reason, like just do yourself a favor and just watch the episode where he talks about Wendy Williams because it's next level funny and he's just so entertaining.
Yeah, agreed. You have at-home shows in general. Ellen Kimmel. Kimmel's been crushing it on his at-home stuff.
I just think it's amazing that those people have been trying to keep up their shows, and I just my heart goes out to them because you can feel like, especially when it first started between like Stephen Colbert and things like that, just saying like it's really tough without an audience. And I mean, I love Stephen Colbert so much, so I can't imagine what that feels like to go from, you know, performing in front of a studio audience to literally nobody. And I don't know. I think it's great. I have my like big kudos to them for maintaining their shows. That's a lot. I can't imagine.
Agreed. Love Island.
Yeah, dude. You want some shitty but also amazing English reality television?
It's on Hulu. Yeah.
It's on Hulu. You need to watch Love Island because if you like The Bachelor, I guarantee you will like Love Island 1,000 times more than you like The Bachelor.
Okay.
And because it's British, they show everything.
Really? There's boobs in this show?
Oh, there is everything on this show. Yeah, it's pretty great. Not gonna lie.
Wait, where is it? Netflix?
On Hulu. Amanda, grab Amanda. We'll turn the subtitles on just for the first couple episodes, but just watch it because like there are some people like the Welsh people, they're just, like you can't understand anything they're saying, but I'm so used to it now. And Nils has become like 1,000 times more British too. Like his accent went from like 40 to like 99 and he starts saying like random words. I'm like, you didn't say that like 6 months ago. But yeah,
that's awesome.
50 episodes a season, dude. It's next level. Watch it.
I love it. And then finally you said worst time for Friends to not be on Netflix. By the way, Friends you can get on the TBS app. So
yeah, I know, but it's like 4 episodes, which I've already watched like 5 times.
I've watched, I have it on my TV pretty much every day in the background. If I'm not actually like actively watching a show, watching that. I will say the best thing to come out all of quarantine, I've been waiting all of quarantine from it, is The Last Dance, which started last night. Sinead, I can't believe you haven't watched these first 2 episodes. You're a Chicago Bulls fan through and through. We're getting a 10-part episode, 10-part documentary, 10-hour-long episodes of this. And it's the guy, they had unprecedented accent for the 97-98 season. And we haven't even it's going to be awesome. I think the last 4 episodes are 2 hours maybe or something crazy like that. This is awesome.
That's exciting. I'm not a Chicago Bulls fan through and through either. I don't know where you got that from.
You're from Chicago. Oh, Blackhawks.
Yeah, I'm a bigger Lakers fan than I am Chicago Bulls, but I do love anything Chicago related just because I love Chicago.
David Griff, what say you?
It's good. I watched first. Wait, Josh, how many episodes are there? I just watched the first one last night.
2. There was 2.
Oh, 2. Okay, I love how they have a clean version and then one with bad language. So make sure to watch that version of it. If you didn't know, there's 2 versions out there, people. So when you go to ESPN, get the TVMA. Unless you're like a little kid or something, get the TVMA version. It's good.
Yeah, it's ESPN just crushing another kind of documentary situation.
We need it. Those sports. We need our sports. We need something. Even if it's watching Jordan just tear it up in '98, that's fine. I can watch that. I'm fine with that.
Totally agree. Guys, that was TV Talk. How'd it feel? How'd you guys feel?
It's nice to talk. It's nice to talk about shows and always get a reminder about shows I'm not watching. But it's also really nice to just talk, just talk it through because I don't know. There's something about TV and movies that's really comforting right now. So it's nice to know that it makes you feel closer to people, when you're watching the same things and enjoying the same stuff.
Agreed. David Griff.
I just hope everybody's doing well out there. Felt good to see all these faces again without masks on. You go to the grocery store, you try to get some cheese. It's just a lot of tension. Everybody's tense. And it's just nice to see, nice, friendly, smiling faces. And it's just good talking to you guys again. It's been too long.
It really is. Should we do a pick of the week? Sinead, take a pick. Go ahead.
Oh, man. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel like we've all been watching the same things. Let me think.
David, would you like a?
Yeah, give us something.
Wait.
Give us something like random. Like it's like really hard to think of random right now because I feel like I've like watched so much for the first time like ever. I was always the one like super behind.
I think because I'm just watching it. I've only seen 2 episodes, so something new for me. I would say check out Belgravia. I know I said that a couple times. Get Epix is doing a 30-day trial, so if you check it out, see if you like it. It's Julian Fellows. If you like Downton Abbey, if you like looking at upper echelon London people being rich and having little dresses and umbrellas, walking around and having tea, it's interesting. It's good.
It doesn't matter when we're doing TV talk. David Griffin is on brand. If it is high class British drama, Griff is watching it. I love it.
So true. You really are so on brand. I did really enjoy the trailers that they've been playing after every single show on Hulu. Is it they've been playing it? Yeah, because Stars and Hulu work together. Every single show. I've literally watched the Belgravia trailer now maybe 140 times.
No, they're advertising it, and it's not. It looks great. You can tell they put a lot of money behind it. Worth checking out.
Yeah. Okay, Sinead, you got one for me? Anything?
I'm trying to think. What else did I just discover? Oh, well, I finally watched Barry, right?
Good show. Great show. Yeah.
Finally watched Barry, and it still also blows my mind. Again, I think it's another show that's underrated. The people who love it really love it, and I feel like it should be closer to more of a general love than a cult love. But I totally understand how it can become that. But I've been trying really hard to get a lot of people onto Barry, and most people just are like, "Oh yeah." I just haven't heard that much about it. I don't think they advertise it as much as they should, but it's great. It's such a great show. It's really funny. And also again, a show that's extremely intelligent. So if you haven't seen Barry, absolutely watch it. It's perfect for right now. I think, it's great.
Love it. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here, for spending the hour with me, hour and 11 minutes. We had over 260 people at one point watching, a lot of awesome comments, a lot of awesome super chats, people wanting us to talk about that Mrs. America show on Hulu, which I'm definitely going to check out, Godfather of Harlem on Epix, Warriors Season 1, a lot of really good TV out there to talk about. And if we're still in quarantine in a couple weeks and you guys want to do this again, I'd be happy to sit down and just see beautiful faces and talk TV. Before I let you go, I do have to tell you all one thing, that in order for Mrs. Griffin to become Mrs. Griffin in November, they need a minister, a licensed minister on the internet. And that licensed minister is Josh Macuga. So David has asked me, and I'm very honored to say yes, that I will be the minister at his wedding, marrying him and his amazing fiance. And it'll be one of the more proud moments of my life. So Dave, thanks for asking me to do that.
Wow, I can't believe you found the most emotional minister out there. He is going to cry the entire
time. I feel like there's going to be some tears shed at this wedding. There'll be some tears for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about crying right now. Gotta be honest with you. Just a little bit.
I love it.
I love you. What were you saying, Sinead?
I said I believe that you're thinking about crying right now.
Yeah, it'll happen. I love you guys so much. Please stay safe and stay healthy, and don't touch anything that you don't have to touch. And we'll get out of this real soon, and hopefully I get to see your guys' beautiful faces in the flesh. Sinead Vries, we gotta let you do your promo. Gotta do it.
Oh yeah, what is it again? Oh, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Sinead Vries and at thatsosinead.blog. And you guys can see me. We're still putting out content all the time on Clever Styles YouTube channel. Harrison recently styled me. He styled me for 4 different occasions. So he went through my closet and picked out 4 outfits, and it is hilarious. So you guys should definitely watch that.
I love it. I love that. Jocelyn Davis coming on the Josh Macuga show this Friday, live stream from my apartment. I'm trying to get her on for a minute. David, let's get a plug. The people need to know where to find you.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, I'm online at Griffin DE everywhere. But tonight, if you're a Better Call Saul fan, after you get done watching the episode, East Coast time, my spoiler-filled review is going to drop on IGN. So if you go to IGN.com and see the Better Call Saul review for the finale tonight, that will be me. So look for that.
I love it. David, Sinead, you guys are the best. I'm Josh Macuga at Josh Macuga on Twitter and Instagram. I think everybody knows what I'm supposed to say now, right? Do you guys know
We
what
know
I'm
it.
supposed to say?
Yeah, we knew it. We knew it.
Put down the book. Pick up the remote. We'll see you guys soon. Love you so much.